the residents are indeed evil. So we have caught up with the games of Resident Evil, and I thought it'd be fun to do a little tier list of my experience playing them. And again, this is just based off my personal experience. If these are your favorite games, you loved this game, and I did not rank it as high as you would have liked, it's okay. Just remember, it's okay. When I started Resident Evil, I played the originals first. So we have the very first game, Resident Evil, is up. Thinking, how did I feel on the original Resident Evil? The original Resident Evil, it's a silly time. It's definitely, I liked seeing the real actors on screen. I'm well aware this is an old game, so it does show its age a lot. And I'm not a person that likes survival horror, okay? And I know, especially the classic Resident Evils, they very heavily rely on the survival horror. So I cheated a lot in the originals because I did not like that. But I will have to say, for the first Resident Evil, it's a no thank you. It's a no thank you. I will not be playing that again. I enjoyed, it was fun to play with you guys and have some laughs about some of the acting, but holy crap, was I getting I was getting so fed up with getting lost in this mansion. I literally would be like, oh my god, I have to go back to the save room and get this thing. Where the heck was the save room? Where am I? I don't know where I am. Everything looks the same. And then finally I found a cheat that you could open the save room inventory anytime you wanted, and that helped a lot, but I still got horribly lost all the time. So I will not, it is not a favorite of mine. I will not be revisiting Resident Evil anytime soon. I don't see myself being like, and we're gonna play this game every year. Like, it's not for me. Okay, so we're on to Resident Evil 2, the original Resident Evil 2. I can see how Resident Evil 2 put Resident Evil on the map. I know why. They actually have a story. The characters, they're not that interesting. They're very one-dimensional. They're very there, but at least in this one there is an actual story to follow. The environments are interesting, the puzzles are fun. I do believe I still kept getting lost, but it wasn't that big a deal. Sadly, there was no inventory cheat, so I did in fact have to keep going back to the save room to get things, and it was pissing me off. But I did like the overall vibe of Resident Evil 2. But it's still gonna go. It's still gonna go on a kind of low tier. Because it's definitely one I played once and I don't see myself playing it again. Thank you, but I'm done now. I played it and I'm done. What do you think of Resident Evil movies? They're fun garbage. They're fun garbage films. Because the acting's not good and the stories aren't good. I've only watched a couple of them, but they're just fun to maybe watch with some friends and just chill. I haven't watched any of the animated ones, like the 3D ones, but the live actions, I think I saw the first 3, but it's been years. But they're just there. They're not my favorite or anything, but they're fun. They're a good time to maybe watch with some friends now and then. And that's about it. So next we have Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, the return of Jill and her outfit. Jill's lovely tube top outfit, which would totally be falling off her running around, but it's okay. I kind of feel the same about this with how I felt playing Resident Evil 2. I liked that there was a story. I actually really liked the choice system. I thought that was cool. Puzzles are fine. I kept getting lost in the environment, which pissed me off a lot. And the whole inventory system was pissing me off a lot. So definitely, it's probably going to share a lovely little spot in the meh section. I played it for stream, and I don't see myself ever really going back to it. Maybe in the future I'll want to revisit it and be like, well, maybe this time I might like it, you know? Sometimes you're just in a better mindset for it. But my mindset recently to play it, I think I played this like 3 years ago, the originals. It was okay. I cheated like crazy to make it enjoyable, and still was like, yay, we're finally done at the end. Next up, we have Code Veronica. Code Veronica. Code Veronica is an interesting, it's a interesting time. I think it's funny how they changed and made it very anime with like Claire, like Claire doing like flips and dodging a whole ass helicopter shooting at her dropping the gun and then catching it as she drops and shit. It's wild. It's a wild time. And then we got introduced to the best character of all, Steve. Steve came and he was whiny, and I kept playing the song How Could This Happen to Me all the time when something bad happened to Steve, and we laughed. But other than that, I didn't even finish Code Veronica. We ended up watching the ending on YouTube because I was fed up with the game. I kept getting horribly lost. I didn't know what to do half the time. It was not a good, gameplay-wise, that game was trash. Story-wise, we had a good time, but to play, and this was even with me cheating. I was like, I'm done with this game right now. I'm over it. Yes, it was that bad. I didn't even finish it. I got fed up. But if the rumors are true that they are remaking Code Veronica, I'm super excited for it, because definitely Code Veronica has potential. I do hope they would keep like the camp. Is that the terminology, the campiness? Because it's so like, I don't know, it's so like 2000s, and I like it a lot. I like the vibe of it. So now we're going into Resident Evil, the remake of the first game. It's pretty much the remake of the first game. It's pretty much the first game with added graphics. With better graphics. They did add a bit more story to it, but I kept getting horribly lost in this freaking game. Again, it was very heavily survival horror. I don't care for survival horror, so I believe I did cheat on my health. And I kept getting lost, and I was getting annoyed. I did like the puzzles, though. Puzzles were fun. I did enjoy the puzzles, but there weren't enough puzzles for me to be like, yeah, I kept getting lost, but the puzzles were fun, where there weren't enough of them, because I kept getting lost, and it was pissing me off. It was pissing me off so much. So I played it once, but I don't see myself ever playing it again. So we're on to Resident Evil 2. The remake of Resident Evil 2. So, my experience with Resident Evil 2, I loved it. We're up with the love now. I really enjoyed Resident Evil 2. I liked the puzzles. I didn't get horribly lost. The map was so good. And then Mr. X kept scaring the absolute crap out of me. Like, literally every corner I would run around, he'd be there and scare me. Something tells me you're not big on Resident Evil games. It's just survival horror. I'm not a big fan, and I'm well aware Resident Evil was built on survival horror. I understand. I understood that going in. That's why I'm not like, oh, and the survival horror aspect. Like, I understand. I understood that going in. It's okay. But all in all, that was my experience. But I like the story of Resident Evil 2. The characters were more interesting in this remake. They had personality. Leon is hot. Claire is hot. I love me some hot characters. And even X got hot. Yes. It was such a fun time. I had fun. I still need to play the other route, the second route, but we'll do that at another time. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Claire is hot. Leon is fire. So on to Resident Evil 3, which this was a recorded playthrough, which I played through it. I had fun. I enjoyed Resident Evil 3. I had fun with it. I didn't like love it, but I still had a fun time. People like to hate on 3 a lot, especially the original 3. Well, especially the remake of 3. But I enjoyed it more than the original. Did they cut a lot of content? I don't remember. Oh yeah, the clock tower they cut, if I remember correctly. See, here's the thing, is like 3 just had me going the whole time that I honestly was like, I don't remember. Like the original of 3, I think I disassociated through half the game because I was like, oh yeah, they cut some stuff. I don't remember any of those stuff though. But I mean, in my experience with 3, I had fun my way through. That's the thing. The whole time I played it, I had fun. There was never once a moment I was like, I hate this. I hate this. I want this to be done. Yeah, it is a bit too short, I will say. Especially if you paid full price for the game, I can understand. I got it when it was super cheap, so it didn't matter to me that it was short. Which one has Ada Wong? Resident Evil 2 and 4. Which now we're on to Resident Evil 4. I flippin' loved Resident Evil 4. It was so much fun. I love the added stuff they did. I liked the little missions we got to do, like collecting missions. It was super fun. I really liked it. And it made like upgrading your weapons more fun and getting money. I love getting money. I love money. It was just a fun time. I really enjoyed it a lot. Ashley was so much more enjoyable. I actually really liked her. Ada, of course, very mysterious lady, and I liked that they had DLC of Ada, so we got to know what she was doing around in the main story. And Leon, of course, he's hot, and he's now an edgy boy, and I love it. I love it. I love it, but like you could still see his little golden retriever self is still in there, and I love him. Okay, so we're on to Resident Evil Biohazard. So comparing wise, Resident Evil Biohazard with the other Resident Evils, I loved this game. I loved this game. I loved it. I loved it so much. It was such a fun time. The only thing that I don't like, but I understand why it's in there, is because it's gross. Like, you know, like it's very like slimy and gross. It's understandably why. And that's just me when it comes to horror stuff. I'm like, huh. But gameplay wise, it's fun. It was super scary. I mean, if we didn't have Biohazard, I think Resident Evil would have died. It really helped resurrect the Resident Evil series a lot. And last but certainly not least, we have Resident Evil Village, which I loved that game. That was super fun to play. Super fun to play. Super fun to finish up Ethan's story and then get introduced to Rose. Rose's DLC was a lot of fun. And I just liked it a lot. I would say Village a lot more than Biohazard, just because I really like villages. I like the village. I liked the whole village. I liked the castle. I liked exploring the different houses of the different lords and things. I thought that was really cool. I do wish they would have expanded more on the different lords, but it's okay. It's okay. They didn't, but it's alright. It was still neat to see their houses and such. But I really enjoyed it. And that's my Resident Evil tier list for you all to see. It's okay if you disagree with me on some things. Yeah, I felt rushed, maybe running out of budget, maybe. I have played Resident Evil 5 and 6, but it's been years. I would definitely put those two on the meh category because they're just kind of there. Resident Evil Revelations, I would put on had a lot of fun. I remember I finished that game in one night and it was super fun. I enjoyed it all the way through. I have not played Revelations 2, but I don't really feel a calling to play it. I just wanted to play the main games in the series to get caught up so that when Resident Evil 9 comes out, I'm like, hey, look, I play the Resident Evil games. Revelations 2 is amazing. Yeah, I definitely will need to put on the list too. I do want to play it. I do believe I have it. I know Resident Evil 0 I probably will not play, because that is another one that heavily relies on the whole survival horror aspect, and I'm just not gonna put myself through it. I'm not gonna put myself through it. I paid my time. I paid my time with the originals. I'm not doing it. But Revelations 2, I'm down to play it.